Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're uncovering the story behind a coin that's not only a tribute to the legacy of one of America's founding states, but also a rising star in the world of rare coin collecting. The U.S. state quarter-dollar coin Maryland 1788 to 2000p. Now, don't let its humble appearance fool you, because some rare versions of this coin have sold for an astonishing $80,000. So listen closely, watch carefully, and you might just realize that your next big find is sitting right in your pocket. The Maryland State Quarter was released in 2000 as the seventh coin in the U.S. Mint's famous 50 State Quarters program. This program remains one of the most widely collected series in American numismatic history, and the Maryland Quarter holds a unique place within it. The design on the reverse features the Maryland State House Dome, the nation's oldest state capitol still in legislative use, surrounded by the inscription, "The Old Line State," a nod to Maryland's steadfast soldiers during the Revolutionary War. Framing the design are two white oak branches, representing the state tree and further enriching the symbolism of strength, honor, and heritage. But beyond its beauty and historic tribute lies a hidden world of errors, varieties, and minting anomalies that turn some of these quarters into coins worth a fortune. The real magic begins when we start talking about rare mint errors that can dramatically increase the value of this coin. While millions of Maryland quarters were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, marked with the P mint mark, only a rare few display the kinds of errors that collectors dream of finding. One of the most desirable is the double die reverse, where part of the design, especially the lettering or architectural lines of the dome, appears doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. When this doubling is clear and visible, especially in phrases like "the old line state" or in the vertical lines of the dome structure, the coin instantly jumps in value and demand. Equally exciting is the off-center strike error, a dramatic and highly collectible flaw where the coin's design is not properly centered. When this happens on a Maryland quarter, you'll notice that part of the design may be missing, shifted, or oddly placed, creating a one-of-a-kind appearance. Coins with significant off-center strikes, especially those that still show the full date and mint mark, are considered extremely valuable. The more dramatic the off-center appearance, the more desirable the coin becomes among error collectors. Another high-value error to be aware of is the clipped planchet. This occurs when the blank coin is improperly cut, resulting in a visible curve or chunk missing from the edge. On a Maryland quarter, this error is not only noticeable but fascinating, especially when it affects the wreath or dome design. These clipped errors are rare and highly coveted, particularly when they are found in uncirculated or mint state condition. Then there are the die chip and die break errors, which are subtle yet incredibly collectible. These imperfections occur when the dies used to strike the coins begin to wear down or crack, causing extra metal to form raised bumps or lines on the coin's surface. On the Maryland quarter, these errors can appear in the branches, near the dome, or even within the inscriptions. In some cases, they result in what collectors nickname as the drooping dome or extra leaf varieties. The uniqueness of these features adds serious value to the coin, especially when they are large, well-defined, and verified by professional graders. Collectors should also keep an eye out for the grease-filled die error, where parts of the design appear faint or missing due to a buildup of debris during the striking process. When these types of errors occur on a well-known state quarter like Maryland's, the rarity combined with the design inconsistency makes it a prized find in any serious coin collection. So, how can you tell if your Maryland 1788 to 2000p quarter is one of these rare gems? First, confirm it was minted in Philadelphia by spotting the P mint mark on the front of the coin. Then, using a magnifying lens and good lighting, closely inspect both the obverse and reverse. Look for signs of doubling in the text, any unusual bumps or breaks in the lines, clipped edges, off-center images, or areas where details appear incomplete. The more defined and unique the error, the more potential value your coin holds. And if the coin is in excellent condition with original luster, it can easily become a top dollar collectible. Over the past few years, interest in the Maryland quarter has grown substantially, with collectors and investors alike hunting for the rarest examples. Some have surfaced in circulation, others have been found in old rolls, and a few were submitted to professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC, receiving high grades and error labels that further boosted their value. At recent auctions, these high-grade, error-filled Maryland quarters have been making headlines and attracting serious bids from collectors all around the country. And here's the moment you've all been waiting for: an ultra-rare Maryland 2000p quarter. Featuring a bold double-die reverse combined with an off-center strike and in mint state condition, was recently reported to have sold for an incredible $80,000. That's right, $80,000 for a 25-cent coin that someone might have once passed off in everyday change. It's a powerful reminder that treasures still exist in plain sight, and that knowledge, patience, and passion can turn your coin jar into a gold mine. So start searching, friends. Look through your drawers, check your change, dig into your rolls, because the next Maryland quarter you find might not just be a coin, it might be a life-changing discovery. And if you think you've found something special, don't keep it to yourself. Drop a comment below, share your story, and join the growing community of collectors uncovering hidden value one coin at a time. Second rare coin. We're talking about none other than the U.S. state quarter-dollar coin Mississippi 1817 to 2002p, a coin that's more than just a tribute to the Magnolia State. This is a coin that, under the right conditions and with specific rare errors, has sold for a jaw-dropping $50,000. Yes, you heard that right. This is one of those coins that collectors dream of finding, and today we're going to explore everything that makes it so rare, so valuable, and so exciting to own. Released in 2002 as part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program, the Mississippi State Quarter beautifully honors the state's admission to the Union in 1817. The reverse design is one of the most elegant in the series, featuring two stunning magnolia blossoms, the state flower, which bloom proudly across the coin's surface. The detail in the petals, the delicate shading in the leaves, and the perfectly centered composition make it a work of art. This floral elegance is surrounded by the phrase, "the Magnolia State," which reminds us of Mississippi's natural beauty and its cultural richness. It's a coin that appeals not just to history buffs and coin collectors, but also to anyone who appreciates thoughtful, graceful design. But here's where the excitement really begins. While millions of these coins were minted in Philadelphia, only a select few were struck with rare and valuable errors that elevate them into the world of high-end collecting. These aren't just small mistakes. They're dramatic variations that turn an everyday quarter into a show-stopping treasure. One of the most sought-after errors on the Mississippi 2002p quarter is the double die reverse. This error occurs when the die used to strike the coin impresses the image twice, slightly misaligned. The result? Clear doubling in the text, in the magnolia blossoms, or even in the leaves and branches. Under magnification, these features pop out, and when the doubling is strong and obvious, collectors go wild for it. If you spot a double-die Mississippi quarter in great condition, you're holding a coin that could be worth thousands on its own. Next up is the thrilling off-center strike error. This occurs when the coin blank shifts during minting, resulting in a design that's misaligned and often cut off on one side. For Mississippi quarters, this kind of error can affect the magnolia petals, the lettering, or even leave blank spaces where design elements should be. The more off-center the strike, especially if the full date and mint mark are still visible, the more valuable the coin becomes. These coins are bold, unique, and highly desirable for collectors who love visual anomalies. Another favorite among error hunters is the die crack or die chip error. Over time, the dies used in minting can wear out or break, leaving behind raised lines or blobs of extra metal on the coin's surface. On the Mississippi quarter, die cracks often appear in the stems of the magnolia flowers, around the border, or near the motto. These die chips can form extra buds on the flower or create interesting textures that weren't part of the original design. The bigger and more obvious the chip or crack, the more collectors are willing to pay. We also can't forget the clipped planchet error, where a portion of the coin is missing due to a miscut blank. These clipped Mississippi quarters are eye-catching, and their rarity drives serious demand, especially if the clip is clean and doesn't interfere with the date or mint mark. When paired with a strong strike and original mint luster, these coins are showpieces that can anchor an entire collection. So how can you tell if your Mississippi 1817 to 2002 P quarter is one of these rare treasures? First, check for the P mint mark on the obverse, next to Washington's ponytail, indicating it was struck in Philadelphia. Then, examine the reverse closely, use a magnifier and good lighting to inspect the flowers, the lettering, and the fields for any signs of doubling, cracks, off-center alignment, or missing portions. Pay attention to anything that looks different or unusual. Those small signs could be your ticket to something extraordinary. Collectors across the country have been snapping up error versions of the Mississippi quarter, especially when certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. Coins in mint state condition with dramatic errors have been seen at major auctions, and they're attracting serious attention. As awareness of these varieties grows, so does their value, and for many collectors, the hunt for that perfect error coin has become a passion and a serious investment opportunity. Now, let's talk about the most exciting part: real auction results. A stunning 2002 P Mississippi quarter, featuring a bold double-die reverse with crisp, uncirculated luster and strong magnolia detail, recently sold for an unbelievable $50,000. Yes, $50,000 for a quarter. This was no ordinary coin. It had everything going for it: rarity, condition, visual appeal, and verified authenticity. It just goes to show that hidden treasures are still out there, waiting to be discovered by someone just like you. So now it's your turn to search. Look through your old change, check those coin jars, roll up your sleeves, and examine your quarters. That Mississippi State quarter you've been overlooking might just be the key to a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. And if you think you've found something special or want help identifying it, drop a comment below. We love hearing from fellow collectors and helping you unlock the secrets of your coins. Third expensive coin, we're exploring the fascinating and high-value world of the U.S. state quarter-dollar coin Great Sand Dunes 2014 D. This quarter isn't just a tribute to the stunning landscapes of Colorado, it's also a sleeper hit in the collecting community, with certain rare versions of this coin fetching up to $20,000. That's right, this 2014 quarter, if found with specific rare errors, can become a prized possession in any collection and an investment you'll never forget. The Great Sand Dunes quarter was released as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, and it commemorates the Great Sand Dunes National Park and Preserve in Colorado. This park is home to the tallest sand dunes in North America, an otherworldly place where sky, sand, and mountains meet in harmony. The design on the reverse of the coin is one of the most peaceful and awe-inspiring in the entire series. It shows a father and child playing near a creek with the towering dunes and majestic mountains in the background. It's a gentle yet powerful image that captures the wonder of nature, family, and timeless exploration. But beneath that serene design lies a world of numismatic excitement, where specific minting errors have turned this coin into a collector's dream. While the 2014 Great Sand Dunes quarter was minted in large numbers, only a small portion came out of the Denver Mint with unique errors, and those are the coins that have caught the attention of serious collectors. The D mint mark on the obverse side of the coin identifies these Denver-struck quarters. But it's not just the mint mark that matters, it's what happened during the minting process that makes these coins so special, and in some cases, extremely valuable. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die reverse, which occurs when the design is impressed more than once on the coin in slightly different positions. On the Great Sand Dunes quarter, this can be seen in the text like Colorado, e pluribus unum, or even in the mountain ridges and tree outlines. These doubled features, when strong and visible, dramatically increase the coin's value. Collectors love these errors because they're bold, easy to see, and completely unintentional, making each one rare and distinct. Another exciting and valuable flaw is the off-center strike error. This happens when the blank coin isn't perfectly aligned in the press, resulting in a portion of the design being struck off the center. On the Great Sand Dunes quarter, This can distort the dunes, shift the mountain peaks, or cut off the human figures, creating a unique visual effect that sets the coin apart from all others. The more dramatic the off-center appearance, especially if the date and mint mark are still visible, the more collectible the coin becomes. Let's not forget about the clipped planchet error, which is highly visible and extremely desirable. This occurs when the blank metal disc is improperly cut, leaving a crescent-shaped clip along the coin's edge. When a clipped planchet appears on a Great Sand Dunes quarter and it's in good condition, its value skyrockets, especially when the clip doesn't interfere with important design elements like the date or lettering. Also worth noting are the die chip and die crack errors, subtle but powerful details that collectors actively hunt. These are caused by wear and tear on the dies used to strike the coins, resulting in raised areas of metal that form extra blobs or lines on the surface. On this quarter, these can appear in the dunes, across the creek, near the text, or around the mountain peaks. These so-called extra mountains or phantom ridges have become collectible on their own, especially when large or located in visually interesting areas. So, how can you find out if your Great Sand Dunes 2014 D quarter is worth serious money? First, make sure you locate the D mint mark on the obverse side. That's your first sign. Then, examine the reverse design carefully under a magnifier. Look for doubling in the text or design features, signs of off-center striking, odd lines or bumps, and of course, any unusual edge cuts or chips. These small details may look like tiny flaws, but to a trained eye or a lucky finder, they can be the mark of something rare and extremely valuable. Collectors are now paying more attention to these America the Beautiful quarters. And coins like the Great Sand Dunes quarter are climbing in both demand and price. Several examples with rare errors have already been certified by grading services like PCGS and NGC. In fact, a 2014 D Great Sand Dunes quarter featuring a double die reverse in high mint state condition has sold for $20,000. Yes, you heard it right, $20,000 for a coin you might find in your pocket change today. And this is exactly why coin collecting is such an incredible hobby. It's not just about the money, it's about discovering hidden history, uncovering rare art, and holding in your hand a piece of the American journey that no one else may have noticed. The thrill of the hunt, the joy of learning, and the potential for high value make coins like the Great Sand Dunes quarter more than just currency. They're treasures waiting to be found. So take a moment and check your change, look through those coin rolls, and revisit your collection. You never know, you might already be holding one of these rare gems. And if you find something interesting or have questions about your coins, be sure to leave a comment below. We love hearing your stories, helping you evaluate your finds, and building a community of passionate collectors. Especially, we're setting our sights on a truly patriotic and historically rich coin, the U.S. State Quarter Dollar Coin Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial 2013 D. This stunning quarter not only commemorates a pivotal event in American history, but it also holds real value far beyond its face, especially when certain rare mint errors are present. Some of these coins have been known to reach prices as high as $17,000, and today, we'll explore exactly what makes this coin so valuable, so collectible, and so thrilling for those lucky enough to discover one in their collection or change. The Perry's Victory Quarter was released in 2013 as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. It honors the Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial, located in Ohio, which commemorates Commodore Oliver Hazard Perry's naval victory over the British during the War of 1812. This victory played a key role in securing America's sovereignty and led to lasting peace between the U.S., Britain, and Canada. The design of this coin is both bold and symbolic, featuring a commanding image of Perry standing tall in uniform, with the massive peace memorial soaring in the background. It's a powerful reminder of bravery, honor, and unity, and it has captured the attention of collectors across the country, while millions of these coins were struck at the Denver Mint, designated by the D mint mark on the obverse. Only a rare fraction of them contain special mint errors that transform them from everyday currency into high-value collectibles. These rare varieties are what serious collectors are always searching for, and when they surface, they can command astonishing prices. One of the most coveted errors on the 2013 D. Perry's Victory Quarter is the double die reverse. This minting mistake causes parts of the coin's reverse design to appear doubled, creating an unusual and fascinating effect. On this coin, doubling may be seen in Perry's uniform, in the intricate stonework of the Peace Memorial, or in the inscriptions like Ohio or E Pluribus Unum. When this doubling is sharp, clean, and visible to the naked eye, it dramatically increases the value and rarity of the coin. These double die errors are incredibly desirable and can be worth thousands, especially when certified in mint state condition. Another exciting error that brings attention to this quarter is the off-center strike. This occurs when the blank planchet is misaligned during the minting process, causing the entire design to be shifted to one side. In the case of Perry's Victory Quarters, this might result in a partially missing image of Perry or a distortion in the memorial column, creating a one-of-a-kind appearance that is instantly eye-catching. The more off-center the strike, especially when the date and mint mark remain visible, the more valuable the coin becomes to collectors who appreciate visual rarity. Then we have the highly collectible clipped planchet error, where part of the coin is missing due to a miscut during the production process. These clips often appear on the edge and can affect the lettering or the rim of the coin. On a Perry's Victory Quarter, a visible clip with strong strike detail and preserved surfaces can make the coin a standout in any error collection and boost its value significantly. Equally exciting are the die chip and die break errors, where worn or damaged dies create raised blobs or lines of extra metal. On the Perry's Victory Quarter, these errors might appear as extra folds in Perry's coat, extra columns in the monument, or unusual blobs in the sky or field of the design. These small but meaningful differences can increase collector interest and push auction prices even higher. So, how can you spot one of these valuable Perry's Victory 2013 D quarters in your own collection? First, check the front of the coin for the D mint mark, showing it was struck in Denver. Then, with a magnifier and good lighting, examine the reverse design very carefully. Look for doubled lettering, ghost images, signs of shifting design from off-center strikes, or unusual lumps or chips in the artwork. Even a small, subtle error can transform an ordinary coin into something truly special. Collectors and dealers across the U.S. are actively seeking high-grade examples of this coin, especially with known errors. And interest in America the Beautiful quarters is only rising as more collectors aim to complete sets or invest in certified rarities. In fact, coins like the Perry's Victory Quarter are gaining momentum in the secondary market, with serious money being paid for the most unique pieces, and now, the moment that proves just how valuable this coin can be. A 2013 D. Perry's Victory Quarter, featuring a bold double die reverse and preserved in superb uncirculated condition, was recently sold at auction for an incredible $17,000. That's right, $17,000 for a 25-cent piece of American history. This isn't just a win for the seller, it's a reminder that hidden treasures exist in plain sight and that every coin in your pocket might hold extraordinary value. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, now is the perfect time to check your change, search your rolls, and look through your old jars and drawers. That Perry's Victory Quarter sitting in your hand might just be the next headline-worthy discovery. And if you think you've found something interesting or need help identifying a potential error, drop a comment below. We love helping fellow collectors unlock the mystery behind their coins. Last unique coin. We're talking about the U.S. state $quarter coin Pennsylvania 1787 to 1999 p. At first glance, this quarter might seem like an ordinary piece of change, but when you dig deeper into its background, rare mint errors, and collector appeal, you'll discover that some versions of this coin have sold for an unbelievable $99,000. So coin lovers and collectors, make sure to watch this video till the end, because this might be the most valuable coin you didn't know you had. The Pennsylvania State Quarter was released in 1999, making it the second coin in the legendary 50 State Quarters program launched by the U.S. Mint. This program was one of the most successful coin initiatives in American history, and it inspired millions of people to begin collecting. The Pennsylvania Quarter beautifully celebrates the Commonwealth's rich contributions to the foundation of the nation. The design features the Statue of the Commonwealth, a keystone symbol, and the state's outline along with the proud inscription, Virtue, Liberty, Independence. Each element symbolizes strength, unity, and the historical significance of Pennsylvania's role in American democracy. But as powerful as its design is, what really drives collectors wild are the hidden errors and rare varieties that have been discovered, coins that are anything but ordinary. Now let's talk about what truly makes this coin explode in value. The rare mint errors that slipped past the mint's quality control and into circulation. One of the most highly sought-after errors is the double die reverse. This type of error results from the coin die stamping the design more than once, slightly misaligned. On the Pennsylvania Quarter, this doubling is often seen in the text Virtue, Liberty, Independence, or in the lines outlining the keystone and statue figure. When the doubling is strong and easily visible to the naked eye, the coin becomes significantly more valuable, especially if it's in mint or near mint condition. Collectors hunt for these varieties with great passion, and they can command jaw-dropping prices. Another extremely desirable error is the off-center strike, where the design is struck off alignment, resulting in a unique appearance with part of the coin's design missing or shifted. The most valuable off-center strikes are those where the date and mint mark are still visible despite the dramatic shift. This kind of error not only makes the coin one of a kind, but also highly prized among collectors for its visual appeal and rarity. Let's not forget the clipped planchet error. This happens when a coin blank is cut incorrectly, causing part of the coin to appear with a curved, missing section. These are easy to spot and incredibly collectible, especially when the clipped portion affects a key area of the design or lettering. On the Pennsylvania Quarter, a well-placed clip paired with a strong strike makes for an incredibly rare and desirable piece. There's also the die chip and die break errors, which occur when the minting die begins to deteriorate. These result in raised blobs or lines of extra metal appearing on the coin's surface. On this quarter, they may show up as additional bumps near the statue's head or extra metal in the keystone or the state outline. Some even refer to these unique flaws as crown errors or ghost outlines. The larger and more dramatic these die chips are, the more valuable the coin becomes in the eyes of a collector. Another error to watch for is the grease-filled die error, which causes parts of the design to appear faint or even missing. These coins often seem smooth in areas where detail should exist, like faded letters or a weak strike on the state outline. While subtle, these errors can make a coin extremely rare, especially when the flaw is located in a prominent area of the design. So, how do you determine if your Pennsylvania 1999 P quarter is a potential gold mine? First, check for the P mint mark on the obverse, indicating it was struck in Philadelphia. Then, under bright lighting and with a magnifying lens, inspect the reverse of the coin carefully. Look for signs of doubling in the lettering, unusual raised areas of metal, clipped edges, misaligned design features, or any weak spots in the image or text. The more dramatic the error and the better the condition of the coin, the more valuable it becomes, especially when verified and graded by top-tier services like PCGS or NGC. Collectors across the nation are on the hunt for these rare Pennsylvania quarters, and prices continue to rise at auctions and in private sales. With so many coin lovers focusing on the state series, demand is growing and rare varieties are being snapped up fast. This coin isn't just a part of American history. It's a top-tier collectible that can command incredible attention in the numismatic market. And now for the most exciting part, a 1999 P Pennsylvania State Quarter. Featuring a strong double die reverse, clear doubling in the keystone and motto, and preserved in high mint state condition, was recently sold at a private collector auction for a staggering $99,000. That's right, $99,000 for one quarter. This incredible price was driven by the coin's rarity, its striking visual error, and the high grade certified by a professional coin grading service. It's stories like these that keep collectors motivated and constantly on the lookout for the next big discovery. So now it's your turn. Go check your coin jars, your pocket change, your old rolls of quarters. That Pennsylvania 1999 P-State quarter you've been overlooking could be the exact rare gem the numismatic world is waiting for. And if you think you've found something special, don't keep it to yourself. Drop a comment below and share your find. We love hearing from our viewers and helping fellow collectors learn more about their coins. Thanks for joining us on this amazing journey into the world of the Pennsylvania 1999 P quarter, a coin with both historical soul and tremendous financial potential. Stay tuned for more rare coin stories, collecting tips, and investment insights. Until next time, happy collecting, and may your next coin discovery be nothing short of extraordinary.